Okay, so in this video, we're going to learn some basic time series data manipulation. And so the data we are using is called meta.csv. I already included. So what you need to do is upload this Excel file. So first of all, click this upload file and then finding the file where you saved on your computer. And once you upload it, you should be able to see on the left-hand side called meta.csv. So first, let's just loading this data. So in order to load in the CSV file, of course, you can load in the Excel file as well. So for the CSV file, you use a read, use the pd.read CSV. So if you're reading Excel, it will be pd.read Excel. So you need to change it. So the CSV here has to match the file. Okay, so if here is a XLSX, so here has to be Excel. If here is a CSV, you just use CSV. Okay, and so similar as how you save the file, I'm using this tilde. It just say, okay, I have no idea where the layers of the folder, but I know I'm currently in this folder. Whatever the layer, please grab that the same where this file located, and because I don't want to know how many layer ahead of the where my data store is. So I use tilde and then meta.csv. So I'm able to reading this data. Okay, so let me run this code. And so here we have one column is date. So I'm just like cross out. So that's the allow us using that to separating my data. And then using the meta.info allow us to see the what kind of data we have. Okay. Here we go. So we have a column called closed. So that's my price. So that's by the float. So the float 64. So basically that's numbers. And then there was one column called the date. Since it's the other column is the date. So that's a date time index. So it's starting from 2022, January 3rd, and ending at 2024, March 28th. So that's the first column and the second column. Okay, so now how about I just really want to see what in my data. Usually we use called a meta.head. So the data frame you imported to look at the head means the top several rows. So you can determine how many rows you want to read. So let me first click that. So by default, they show you the first 5 rows. So first 5 rows. So how about I want to see the first 10 rows? I just need to type 10 here. So you're able to see the first 10 rows. Okay. So now, as we did in the exercise, we always want to see for the time series data, we want to plotting the time series plot, right? So for the Python, it's very easy. You actually just need to use meta.plot plot and use the plot.show to show the diagram. So now you want to say, okay, where does plot come from? So it's coming from this package, matplotlib.pyplot. Okay, so you need this package in order to creating the chart. Okay, let me go back. So I will run my diagram. Here they go. So of course, there you can in the future, if you are interested, you can reach out to me. We actually can make this chart look prettier to show more dates on the bottom, and I can changing the line colors. I also can including multiple lines as well. But here, like I said, we are just learning very basic. So most likely this might be your first Python class, so that I don't want to dump a lot of things here. You just make sure you understand, okay, wow, Python can plotting chart. And again, you also can changing all those parameters. Okay, so after I do that, I see, oh, this is the stock price. So seem like between 2022 October to 2023 January, the Meta stock tanked. So the stock price tanked. But now as we get into the 2024, wow, the stock price go up. So, oh, I haven't checked on that for a while. So it's more than 500 a share now. So it's pretty expensive. Great. So this is the plotting the time series plot. Okay, so next we want to learn is the shifting data. So when you dealing with the time series data, it's sometimes you want to shift in the day. So the reason is that people want to see, okay, how past price are affecting the new prices. So you want to kind of shift in the date. So the current data we have, as you pay attention on here, so we have the oldest date on the top, newest day on the bottom, right? So it's very important to understand that, because here I taught shifting and the lagging, right? The reason is I order my data this way. However, if your data is opposite, so your newest day on the top and oldest day on the bottom, and then whatever we learn here about period, you need to flip it, okay? So first we learn how to shift the date. So basically, we want to shift it in the day forward. Okay, what does that mean? Means, so I want to create a new column called the shift. So I will move my, let's see, the January 3rd, 2022 data to the second row. My first row will become blank. So that's shifting forward. So basically starting at 2022, January 14, the price I will see will be 20, shifting forward. So that will be the next day, will be January 15th, now 2022's day price. Okay, so that's called shifting. So to shifting the data, I was using period equal to 1. Again, so if your data is sorted by the newest to the oldest, you need to change period to -1. Okay, the order, how you order your data is important. Okay, let me create this new column called shift. And after I do that, I will print my new data frame. Okay, as you can see, standing at the, shifting forward. Okay, so, shifting, so you move the data forward, right? So, at the January 4th, I'm seeing the data is for January 3rd. So this is called that you are moving the data forward. So, but on the day, January 3rd, you are seeing the old data. Sorry, you are seeing the older data. And then for the other one, it's called a lag. So that's basically move your data backward. So you move your data backward. And so in situation, we're changing the period to -1. Okay. And then I'm showing the head. So you can see for the lag column. So you can see, as you can see that instead of changing my data frame, I'm adding the new column. So that's what the Python doing, is that we are creating this new column called a lag. So for the value under the lag is creating by using these functions. Okay, so I'm adding this new column called a lag. So you can see under January 3rd, for the lag, it's no longer blank. Actually, we are seeing is January 4th data. Okay, January 4th data. So this is called the lag in the data. And so I also can look at, as I said, my news, the data is at the bottom. So instead of CAD, I can look at the tail as well. So if I look at the tail for the 5 tail value, so you can see now we see the March 28, 27, 26, 25, 22nd. So that's my newest 5 days. So you can see for shift, there is no NA, but for lag, since we're moving the data backward, moving up, so therefore the February 28th data will become here. Okay, so this is lagged. So this is the 2 very common operation, shifting and lagging your data. So the other popular operation is to calculating the price growth. So we should not have the percentage here. So basically we can calculating how the price go up or go down. What is the ratio? So basically we try to understand using the 450.58 divided by 493.86 to see, oh, are we growing for next day the price or going down? Okay, so let's see. Let's run this code. Okay, as you can see, the first corresponding to March 28th, my change value is 0.98. Again, looking at the newest one, because you can see in 27th, the price of 490, and on 28th, the price decreased. So basically the change is using the new price divided by the old price. So any value smaller than 1 means the price reduced than the last date. If the any price go up, like here, let me give you a little bit more here, turn to 10. So as you can see, if we look at this one, it's 1 because 21, the price is 507, 22nd, the price go up. So therefore the change here is larger than 1. So this is one way to see if your price grows. So the other way is try to look at the differences of your price, right? So for instance, instead to look at whether they're larger than 1 or smaller than 1, I can just say whether the change is not a positive or positive or negative, right? So we use the function called the df.df. So this allows you to use the newest price minus the oldest price. Okay, let me just show you the result here. Okay, now you see the new column called DF because so the last one, March 28th. So that means my price compared with the 27th decreased by $8. So look, this one minus this one, you got 8, right? So then 27 compared 26, but the price decreased by $2. So etc. So this is how you can get the differences. Okay, and then the last one is how about you want to calculating the percentage changes? Basically, you're using the new price divided by the minus the old price and then divide by the old price. So that allow you to see what percentage it changed. So we are I'm using the function called the percent change, and I want to cover the percentage. Therefore, multiply by 100. So that I can interpreting the output as percentage changes, right? So now let's see the output. Okay, I'm getting another new column called the percent changes. So as you can see here, the last value here is negative 1.67. So that means compare with March 27th. So the price in March 28th decreased by 1.67%. Okay, so those are very basic data manipulation for the time series data. So we're using the Meta stock price as an example.